Friends of class 10th, welcome to today's lecture. Today we are drawing some ray diagrams, some more ray diagrams of concave mirror. What we have to learn is how to draw these ray diagrams and how to describe the image. So in this series, first two diagrams we have drawn. This is number 3. Take a look. See, it's a concave mirror. You have to put these brushes over here so it is understood that this is the rough side, this is the smooth side. Okay, then draw the principal axis, marking 3 points: pole, focus and center of curvature. The object is placed, the object is AB, which is placed between C and F. The object lies between these 2 points. One ray of light parallel to principal axis, after reflection will pass through the focus. Another ray of light which is passing through the focus, and after reflection it becomes parallel to the principal axis. Now the point at which these two rays, these two reflected rays will meet, that will be the image of point A. You can see this is reflected ray, this is another reflected ray. They meet at a point A dash. So A dash is the image of A. Just below A dash will be B dash. B dash is the image of B. So now the description: object is placed between C and F. Image is formed beyond C. This is point C. The image is formed beyond C. And what is the nature of image? If the image is formed on drawing the reflected rays backwards, then the image will be virtual, but in this case the image is real. Second thing, is the object inverted or is it erect? You can see the image is inverted, and again, is the image diminished or magnified? It's the size of object, image is much bigger, so we want what do we call it? That the image is magnified. So the description: image is beyond C, it is inverted, it is real, and it is magnified. Let us go for the next diagram, number 4. This is diagram number 4. Again, concave mirror. The object is now placed at the focus. At the very point focus, we place our object. The name of object is always given as AB. Now drawing 2 rays. Now one of the ray is parallel to principal axis, and after reflection will pass through the focus. The second ray. Now the second ray could be any ray of your choice. I have chosen one ray of light which is coming towards the pole, and then it is reflected back from the pole. Now how can I trace this reflected ray? I have traced it on the fact that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Whether the mirror is plane, concave, convex or even rough, the one law of reflection that is always obeyed is angle of incidence is equals to angle of reflection. So this is angle of incidence, this is angle of reflection. Using this law, I have reflected this ray. Now when you take a look at the reflected rays, they are parallel to each other, and because they are parallel to each other, generally we say that according to principle of mathematics, the parallel rays or parallel lines never intersect. Okay, but there are a few exceptions. If you take a look at the globe carefully, then the longitudes, they are parallel to each other at the equator, but when they go to the pole, they actually intersect. So there are a few exceptions for this rule. What actually happens in physics is that these 2 rays seem to be parallel. Why we call them parallel rays? Because they are not intersecting in this diagram. Okay, it is just a fact. See, parallel rays never intersect. or if the rays do not intersect, can we call them parallel? Somewhat we can call them parallel. So this is based on the same principle. However, if you extend them to a very long distance, they will actually intersect at some point. Okay, so where will that image be formed? That image will be formed at a very large distance, or effectively we can say that the image will be formed at infinite distance. So this is the ray diagram. The object, it is kept at the principal focus. The image is formed at infinity because the reflected rays are meeting in forward direction. The image is real. If they meet at any point over here, the image of A, that will be A dash, it will be below the principal axis, so the image will be inverted and it will be highly magnified. Let us go for diagram number 5. Now in diagram number 5 you can see the object. Where is the object placed? The object is placed between principal focus and pole of the mirror. It's the object AB. To draw the image, we need at least 2 rays of light. One ray of light parallel to principal axis. After reflection passes through the focus. Another ray of light going towards the pole and reflected from there. Now you understand how I have traced this reflected ray. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is angle I, this is angle R. Both are equal. Now in this diagram, if you try to intersect these 2 rays, they are never going to intersect in forward direction. The reason? Because these rays are diverging rays. If the rays go like this, if the rays are moving in such a way that the distance between them keeps on increasing, they are known as divergent rays. And if they are drawn in such a manner that the distance between them keeps on decreasing, they are known as convergent rays. So these 2 reflected rays are what? Divergent. They never meet in forward direction. So what we do? We extend these 2 rays backwards to make them intersect. They intersect at point A dash. Just below A dash will be the image of B dash. So where is the image formed? The image is formed behind the mirror. Is the image real or virtual? How to decide? If they meet in forward direction, it gives real image. If they meet in backward direction, they give virtual image. So this image is virtual. Is it erect or is it inverted? So you can see it is erect, easy to see, and is it magnified or diminished? Obviously, you can compare the sizes of object and images. You will see that the image is actually magnified. Diagram number 6. Okay, you can see in diagram number 6, the object is not shown in the diagram. Why it is not being shown in the diagram? Because the location of object is at infinity. So where is the object? Object is at infinity. So the rays coming from that object are parallel to principal axis, are parallel to themselves also, and all the rays that are parallel to principal axis, after reflection they will pass through the focus. That means they will meet at the focus, and at the focus the image is formed. Now you cannot see the image, you cannot mark the points A and B. For what reason? For the reason that image is highly diminished. So what's the nature of image? Is the image real or virtual? You decide whether the image is magnified or diminished. You decide. Is the image in front of the mirror or the back of the mirror? You decide. And this description of the image you will have to write at your own. That's it for ray diagrams of concave mirror. Now talking about the ray diagrams of convex mirror, you can see the diagram number 1. Now instead of concave mirror, we have a convex mirror. This side, the perforated side, it indicates rough surface. This is the reflecting surface. Object is kept at infinity. So these rays of light, which are parallel to each other and also parallel to the principal axis, they are coming from infinity towards the convex mirror. After striking the mirror, these rays do not actually pass through the focus, but they appear to pass through the focus. That means, appears to pass means if you extend the reflected ray backwards, it will be at the focus. Okay, so this ray of light actually reflects like this, but appears to come from the focus. Another ray also has the same fate, moves like this, appears to come from the focus, and so the backward meeting of these lights is at the focus. So image is formed at focus. Now easy to decide about the nature of image. Where is the location of image? It is at F. Where is the position? It is behind the mirror. It is behind the mirror. Because it is formed by backward meeting, the image is virtual. Because it is point size, the image is diminished or highly diminished. This is diagram number 1. Now, diagram number 2 for convex mirror. Now coming to the second diagram of convex mirror. The object AB is placed between pole and infinity. This object can be anywhere between pole and infinity. Could be at infinity or not at infinity. Somewhere closer than infinity, could be here, anywhere. Does not affect the ray diagram. One ray of light from the object parallel to principal axis after reflection appears to pass to the focus. Another ray of light similar to the previous diagrams strikes the pole and reflects back. This is angle of incidence, this is angle of reflection. Now because both these rays are diverging, they will not meet in forward direction, have to be extended backwards where they meet at point A dash. This is the image of A dash. Just below it will be the image of B dash. Now, what is the description of image? Is the image real or virtual? You decide. Is the image erect or inverted? You decide. Is the image diminished or magnified? You decide. Only one thing I can tell, that is the position of image, which you can also see. It is between pole and principal focus. Okay, you are required to draw all these diagrams, and you are also required to write the descriptions of objects and images.